today since Tut has been acting very neurologic. Recently we had an MRI done. I talked to a specialist who read the MRI. He recommended CSF tap to check for any infectious, inflammatory, or even neoplastic issues going on within his central nervous system. So basically we're looking for any infection or immune-mediated reasons that he's acting neurologic. And hopefully this sample may be able to give us some insight into that.
Do we want to weigh him again, just to see if he's lost more weight?
Tut actually was acting normal in his cage, what, about a month and a half ago?
Up until April.
Didn't have any issues, and then literally after feeding, he looked normal, and someone noticed him shaking. So that's when this all began. He seemed to respond to steroids and maybe some vitamins in the beginning, but he's kind of slowly declined over the past month and a half. He seems to get better, worse. So we decided to get him an MRI to check for any obvious lesions. He is a younger cat here. The MRI was not diagnostic, I guess you could say. There was one little spot. The neurologist that read the MRI was kind of like, could be something, could be nothing. He recommended getting a CSF tap, which is just some fluid around the spinal cord, which is what we did today. The problem with that is the cat needed to be off steroids. So we've been tapering him and trying to get him off steroids. Now he's not doing well, so we kind of rushed in to get a sample to hopefully maybe get some information from this. And now we're going to start him back up on his steroids and kind of go from there. Unfortunately, he does look like he has some type of central nervous neurologic condition. So those are definitely hard to treat, hard to diagnose as well. I think it's just time and see how he responds to a longer course of higher dose of steroids. So.
And you're expecting the results?
Of the CSF? Hopefully in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Are there things that you might see in that would be treatable that you're hoping for?
Could be infection, which might be some antibiotics. It could be, there are some kind of immune mediator, there's something called steroid responsive meningitis. That definitely requires steroids for long periods of time. So.
It's actually treatable?
Sometimes. I don't think the outcomes are always the best, though. The neurologist said he thought it kind of looked like that, but he sees it a lot in dogs. He doesn't know about big cats. I don't think he's ever seen a case of big cats. So he didn't want to say anything, but he also thought it could be lymphoma as well. So.
Which is cancer.
Cancer. Hard case. Neurologic disease is really difficult to treat in domestic animals, let alone an animal you can't even do a neurologic exam.
Oh,
Yeah.
You gonna have that blanket?
Do you want him to still have the warmer, or do you think?
No, I think
Okay.
he's good. Probably won't make a big recovery.
You're doing everything you can.